What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So we got a bit of shocking news. As Hall of Fame 2-division world champion, retired superstar boxer, turned colorful analyst and boxing pundit, Timothy Desert Storm Bradley has an interesting take. Now, initially, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm like, that's an interesting fight. But Tim Bradley, who is a Hall of Famer, Tim Bradley stated that Jaron Boots Ennis, the Phenom as I refer to him as, undefeated, unified WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who has 34 wins, no loss, no draw, 30 wins by way of knockout, who is 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach at 27 years of age. He stated that the Phenom, Jaron Boots Ennis, needs to stay absolutely clear and away from a bad style matchup, who has what it takes to beat him, in 2-division world champion, former unified lightweight, reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is 22 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. And Tim Bradley says that the 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, Teofimo Lopez, athletic ability, style, skill set is going to be a problem for Jaron Ennis, and he's going to beat Jaron Ennis. Now, Tim Bradley, he stated that obviously, he says, I'm not talking about, he knows about the racist rants, and all of those things surrounding Teofimo Lopez and the things he's said and done, his actions. He says, but his skill set and his talent, just talking about boxing, just a boxing matchup, emotions aside, it's a bad matchup for Jaron Ennis. Now, initially, I'm like, when I watched Boots Ennis, I've been in the camp with Boots Ennis. I've seen him train. I've seen him spar. I've seen Boots Ennis do some magnificent things, right? And like Tim Bradley said, he says that he's 5'10", 74-inch arm reach. So he's 2 inches taller, about 2.5 inches taller. And he has a 6-inch arm reach advantage over Teofimo Lopez. The thing about Jaron Boots Ennis is that he does't use it, right? As of late, when you watch him fight guys like Ennis, Karen Chugajan, David Avenesian, he gives up the range and the height, right? Because he wants to fight. And so Tim Bradley is saying, yeah, he got those height advantages. He got the arm reach advantage. He got the skill set. He said that they both the best athletes in boxing, the most athletic fighters in boxing, those two together. And he says that, it's a bad style matchup. So I'm gonna read to y'all what Tim Bradley had to say. He says, quote, Jaron Boots Ennis needs to stay far away from Teofimo Lopez, okay? He says because Teofimo Lopez has everything it takes to beat Jaron Boots Ennis, right? He says that, this is what he says. He says, leave Teofimo Lopez alone. I'm telling y'all, leave that boy alone. This is what Tim Bradley had to say. He's a real one. I know all the racist rant and stuff like that. That's one thing. I'm talking about boxing. That's what I'm talking about. Then he goes on to say, I'm here to tell y'all, he's got what it takes to beat Boots. He says the two most athletic fighters in the game, if they were to go head to head, Boots has got all the attributes. He has the height, the arm reach advantage, but you know who has the better timing? That's Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez has better timing. You know who's athletic? Who was the least athletic guy that Boots fought? Karen Chugajan was the last one. Don't think Boots is going to be able to outpunch him. Don't think that, because we know he's not. He said, you go back and watch that Claggett fight. That boy Teofimo Lopez has got some lungs too. right? Meaning that his condition is in shape. When he's full-fledged and hungry, he's got lungs too. He threw almost 1,000 punches. Teofimo Lopez threw 946 punches and Claggett threw 820. He said, Boots, I see you. Your numbers are quite high. You are around 500 to 600 and close to 700 sometimes. Guess who can match your output? Teofimo Lopez, right? So then he goes on to say, Boots, all those little lapses you've been having, you're not going to be able to have those lapses with Teofimo Lopez. Oh, no. That dude is on the game. When his mind is right, it's hard to beat that dude, said Tim Bradley. Explosive, smart. He's got high IQ as well as you do. Eddie Hearn, I'm telling you, you don't want your guy, Ennis, to get beat. Stay away from Teofimo Lopez. You want to give him a couple of more fights before you fight that guy. I know Teo is moving up to 147. I get that. Y'all are going to say the power. I get all that, right? It's not even up to Hearn, So Tim Bradley, shockingly, feels like Teofimo Lopez will beat Jaron Brutes Ennis, right? That's shocking. It's shocking, but it's something that obviously you got to look at, right? Because why? Because Boots Ennis gives up his height. He gives up his range, right? He gives up his length, right? He likes to fight on the inside. He likes to brawl, right? He likes to mix it up. So the advantages that he'll have over Teofimo Lopez, he'll give those advantages up, which means he'll give Teofimo Lopez opportunities. And Teofimo Lopez is athletic. He's explosive. And he's quick. He has a high ring IQ. Again, like I said, we know all the racist things and all the antics surrounding Teofimo Lopez. We get it. We know it, right? But we're just talking simply boxing. Now, me personally, I'm going with the Phenom, right? I can't see it, right? If Jaron Ennis is on his A game, which I expect him to be, I'm going with Boots. I just think that, his athletic ability, his arm reach, his size, his length, and you got to take into consideration that he's going to have a fully rehydrated version of Jaron Boots. That's Teofimo Lopez, that is. He's going to have a fully rehydrated version of Jaron Boots Ennis. Okay, so he's not going to have a weight drain Jaron Boots Ennis. He's going to be fully hydrated, Jaron Boots Ennis is. He's not going to have the weight cut, right? Because the IBF 10-pound rehydration clause, he's not going to have that. So I think that he's going to be able to take Teofimo Lopez's punches. But like Tim Bradley said, in between punches, Jaron Ennis gives you the opportunity to land big punches, right? He's done it with Karen Chugajan, with many fighters, but he's able to take those punches. Can Teo take what he's dishing out? I don't think so. But it's going to be interesting if it be made. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But y'all drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. I think that it'll be exciting. I think it'll be explosive. I think that Teo will land big punches on Jaron Ennis because of his quickness, his savviness, his ring IQ, and his athletic ability. And Boots Ennis cooperating and giving him opportunities. But boy, oh boy, can Teo can he take what Boots Ennis is dishing back? That's going to be the key. The counter punching ability, the hand speed, the power, the reflexes of Jaron Ennis. Can Teo take that? That's going to be the question. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.